Namaste and hello. This is your Sanskrit instructor welcoming you back into lesson 109. In this lesson, we are going to learn about masculine and feminine nouns that end in the vowel sign ri. First, we're going to start with the masculine nouns. So there are two types of masculine nouns that end in ri, and those nouns are agent nouns and nouns of relations. Agent nouns involve a person who performs a specific type of action. So, for example, a leader, a doer, a conqueror. That person is in relation with that specific type of action. Now, for nouns of relations, it's a word that describes a relation from one person to another. So, a father, a brother, okay, from one person to another. Whose father it is, it's specific as to whose father it is. It can't be anybody's father, but it's somebody's father. The same goes for the word brother. So the declension between these two nouns, it differs only in the nominative and the vocative dual and plural. So nominative and vocative dual and plural, and then the accusative singular and dual. And that difference is in the ri, what that ri turns into. So for agent nouns, the ri takes vridhi, so it turns into ar, and then in relation nouns, the ri takes guna, so it becomes ar. So we're going to see a difference between the a and the for ar and ar. So nominative and vocative, dual and plural. So dual and plural for nominative. So remember, when you're adding your case ending, you're going to take off this final ri, and then you want to see what is added onto it in the declension. So when you take off that ri, we have aro is added to nominative dual, and then only you don't have an aro for pitri, for pitaro. So the nouns that we are going to work with today for declining is netri, which means leader, and pitri, which means father. So netri is an example of an agent noun, and pitri is an example of a noun of relation. So back to the difference, aro versus aro, and then araha versus raha. That extra a is not there. Same thing for the accusative singular and dual. We have netaram versus pitaram. And then dual, we have aro versus aro for netaro versus pitaro. So that is that difference. And the difference is also in the vocative dual and plural. So again, netaro versus pitaro, and then netaraha versus pitaraha. So now let's go over all of the declensions for netri, which means leader, and pitri, which means father. Again, one is netri is an agent noun, and netri is an agent noun, and pitri is a noun of relation. So nominative, singular, dual, and plural, we have neta, netaro, netaraha. Accusative, singular, dual, and plural, we have netaram, netaro, and then netrin. This is a long ri. So we have ri and ri. For instrumental, singular, dual, and plural, we have netra, netribhyam, netribhihi. For dative, singular, dual, and plural, we have netre, netribhyam, netribhyah. For ablative, singular, dual, and plural, we have netuhu, netribhyam, netribhyah. For genitive, singular, dual, and plural, we have netuhu, netroho. For dual, netroho, and netrirnam. For locative, singular, dual, and plural, we have netari, netroho, and netrishu. And then for vocative singular, dual, and plural, now we see netar here. There's actually a sandhi rule where the final ra becomes a visarg. We went over this when we were going over the imperfect tense, and we will go over this in depth in the next video. So we have netar becomes netaha. Then we have dual netaro, netaraha. Then for pitri, father, nominative, singular, dual, and plural, we have pita, pitaro, pitaraha. Accusative, singular, dual, and plural, we have pitaram, pitaro, and pitrin. Instrumental, singular, dual, and plural, we have pitra, pitribhyam, pitribhihi. Dative, singular, dual, and plural, we have pitre, pitribhyam, pitribhyaha. Ablative, singular, dual, and plural, we have pituhu, pitribhyam, pitribhyaha. Then genitive, singular, dual, and plural, we have pituhu, pitrohu, and then pitrirnam. Then locative, singular, dual, and plural, we have pitri, pitroho, and pitrishu. Then vocative, singular, dual, and plural, we have he pitar, he pitaro, and then he pitaraha. Don't forget the he's for the vocative, singular, dual, and plural for netri. So he netaha, he netaro, and he netaraha. Now, there are some exceptions to this rule. And those exceptions are for the words husband, which is bhartri, and grandson, which is naptri. Although these two words and matri, mother, of relations, although they are all nouns of relations, they are declined like netri, as if it is a gentle noun. So for example, for husband, accusative singular, it would be bhartaram and then naptaram. Okay? So you have the long a instead of bhartaram, for example, and neptaram. It's aram. Now for feminine nouns that end in ri are all nouns of relations. So they are declined like pitri, except in the accusative plural, which ends in rihi. So you have a visarg here. So the word for sister, which is swastri, that is declined like a noun and a gentle noun, like netri, except in the accusative plural. So everything else is the same, like that of the masculine, except for the nominative and the accusative case. So, swasri is declined like netri. Declined like netri, and matri is declined like pitri, like a noun of relation. So, nominative, singular, dual, and plural for sister, swastri, is swasa, swasaro, and swasaraha. Then for accusative, singular, dual, and plural, we have swasaram, swasaro, and swasrihi. Then the rest is declined like netri, from instrumental to vocative. And then for matri, remember this is feminine, so it changes for nominative and accusative. For nominative, singular, dual, and plural, you have mata, mataro, and mataraha. Then for accusative, singular, dual, and plural, we have mataram, mataro, and matrihi. And then the rest is declined like pitri in the masculine. So these are all of your declensions. The feminine is very similar to the masculine, and this is your Sanskrit instructor signing off with a namaste.